What's up, everybody? Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today, from SH Figuarts, we are taking a look at the brand new Jar Jar Binks from the Phantom Menace. This is a highly anticipated figure for me, one I've been looking forward to greatly, and it honestly came out of left field. I really did not have SH Figuarts actually releasing their Jar Jar Binks on the 2024 bingo card. But here we are, finally it has been released. I think they actually revealed this figure like maybe 5+ years ago as just like some random prototype and then never did anything with it. But finally it is here. It is an online exclusive over in Japan, so it's a little bit tricky to get. I got mine from a website called Hobby Genki, but I do also know that you can get this from Big Bad Toy Store, but it is a pretty significant upcharge from them. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the package here. Since it is one of those exclusive style SH Figuarts figures, they don't have a window. The back of the box, you could see some really great shots and some of the different included accessories, which is a huge draw of this figure for me. A lot of stuff that I can't read, and I'm not even talking about the Japanese. We've got our totally official sticker right there. Here's the bottom of the box and the top. Nothing else really going on with the package here, so let's go ahead and dive into the accessories. So we get 2 extra sets of hands. The first pair are a relaxed style like you see here, and you can see there's some really nice sculpted detail going on there, and I think the paintwork is pretty well done. The transition from the reddish pink to the white is really clean. And we also have paint on the fingernails as well. And yeah, so we have 2 of these hands. And then we also get 2 thumbs up hands, which are incredible and just really take the figure to a new expressive level, which is something I really felt like the Black Series figure lacked. And that is what drew me to this figure in particular, and you'll see when we get into some other accessories here. But yeah, same level of paint detail and quality here. These are looking awesome. And this head right here is easily the major draw of this release. Not only does it look fantastic, I think the paint app details are really well done. Same thing with the sculpting here. Absolutely incredible, but that is to be expected from SH Figuarts. So yeah, you can see we get a nice hinge here, which is awesome. So you can get some really expressive looks out of Jar Jar with this alt head, and they did a great job with the details on the inside. The tongue and the teeth are all painted. And so the jaw can actually be pulled off, where we get 2 additional jaws. The first one here is this fantastic tongue. So of course that means we can get really expressive here with some tongue sticking out posing. And the other alternate jaw is right here with the frog in mouth. This is absolutely incredible. I'm going to sound like a broken record in this review, but this was the kind of stuff that I was personally looking for with a Jar Jar figure. And to me, once again, the Black Series just really dropped the ball in that department. There's just not a whole lot of fun to be had with that figure accessory-wise. So already I'm really digging the SH Figuarts release here with these fun and expressive accessories that are really going to help Jar Jar be Jar Jar. So that is what is included with the figure here. A nice little spread, pretty light, especially for an SH Figuarts figure, but I do think they give us what we need. So now let's take a look at the figure. All right, and here is Jar Jar out of the package, looking pretty fantastic here. I think Figuarts did a really great job this time around. We do definitely have some minor nitpicks, especially with, as you can see, the elephant in the room, which are those crazy white joints that just stick out at the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Not really sure what they were thinking about when they put those joints in, but that does look really weird. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to hide once you do some posing with the figure, but you know, just looking at it right here on the rotating base, I think it sticks out pretty significantly. But this figure is brand new top to toe, of course. Figuarts has never done a Gungan figure before, so it's all brand new, and I think the sculpting and painting is really fantastic, and the articulation is of course great. So let's dive into the details. We'll get Jar Jar off the stand and let's take a closer look. This is the other head that comes with the figure. This is the one that's actually on the figure when you first open it up. It's that neutral expression that I really don't understand why companies even bother doing something like this for Jar Jar. I really don't ever feel like anyone would want to pose Jar Jar with like this stoic, kind of like stern look on his face. Mine does have a little bit of a QC issue on the eye. Once again, there's some really fantastic sculpted details here in the figure itself on the head, and the painting, once again, I just think is fantastic. The ears are also really well done. The fading of the colors just throughout is great. The texturing detail on the clothes too, just really nicely done. This vest looks great, and it's got a nice little wash on it. Same thing with the arms. Tons of sculpted details throughout on Jar Jar. I mean, you could just see all of that texture pop out throughout the entire figure, even down to the feet. And now, don't get me wrong, the Black Series version here still does look absolutely incredible. However, I do think that this Figuarts release here definitely has a more theatrical look, in my opinion. And we'll do some more comparisons to the Black Series figure a little bit later, but for now, just a little quick peek at them side by side. So yeah, swapping out the head is actually really easy, thankfully. You just pop it off like this, and the ears are actually ball jointed, so they come off really easy. And just plug them back into the superior head, in my opinion. Not sure why you would really want to use the other head with this figure. And just look at how much fun we're already having with Jar Jar. So expressive. Simple little accessories like that really do wonders for characters like Jar Jar when it comes to their action figures. I really feel like the details here are just incredible besides these joints. Why did they decide to go with this crazy white color? It blends, sure, it blends in fine on the underarm, but on the overarm, it's just not even close. That is just such an oddball decision. And really, that's the only thing I feel like detail-wise that's holding this figure back. Otherwise, it looks absolutely wonderful in my opinion. And so side by side, you can definitely tell the SH Figuarts release here is a lot lighter skin tone-wise, and the details don't quite nearly pop out as much on the arm, but I think that's also because the Black Series version is painted on, whereas the SH Figuarts is sculpted detail. So maybe they could have applied a wash to Jar Jar's arms here just to kind of bring some of that detail out, but otherwise though, you can tell, much more sculpted detail on the SH Figuarts all around, in the face, on the ears, on the clothing. There's the foot comparison there. So yeah, I think both figures are good, don't get me wrong, and you can't beat Jar Jar, especially nowadays. Getting the Black Series figure, you can pick them up for like $10, and that's definitely worth it. If you're someone like me who's a little bit more hardcore into the prequels and you're wanting a little bit more of an expressive Jar Jar, then I think this is obviously truly the 1/12 definitive Jar Jar at the current moment here, without a doubt in my mind. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll move on to the articulation, and I'll show you how this guy can move. So we do have some pretty good range for the head. The top of the neck is a ball joint, which you can get it to move down about that far and up about that far. And of course it does have independent movement, so side to side and rotation. Same thing with the neck, which is just on a neck peg here, so it can go down about that far, and so he can look up a pretty decent amount as well too. Like I mentioned, the ears are on ball joints, so they have tons of range there, and you also get a second ball joint right here. This is the alt head with the articulated jaw, so it can go down, it can go up. Great stuff there. For these shoulders, they can move out pretty far. They do rotate all the way around. They are ball joints after all, so you get tons of great movement there, and we do also have butterfly joints on Jar Jar. The arm is a pinless double elbow, however it does appear that you only get about a little over 90 out of that. Yeah, it's like that for both, so they are double, but they still only give you just about 90, so that's pretty similar to Black Series in all honesty. But what Black Series doesn't have is ball jointed wrists. So of course, this is going to have much superior articulation here in the wrist department. So for the torso, it is once again another ball joint. So we have two here. So we have one at the top, so we get rotation and of course front to back. And then we also have more twist down here So, whoops. We're pulling Jar Jar apart. So with that being said, he can crunch forward about that far. And you can crunch him backwards pretty far too. And so that also means both joints, you know, gives you plenty of side to side as well. So great articulation here, and we've popped him off once again. The legs do have the drop down hips, so you can, you know, get him to be actually a little bit taller. So he can probably stand a little bit closer scale wise in terms to the Black Series, because he will be a little bit shorter. But so drop down hips, that's nice. That means can do the splits pretty well there. And we do also have a thigh swivel of sorts. We do also have double pinless knees, which are really well articulated. And of course they swivel. We have shin swivel, and then the feet can go down pretty far. They can go up just a little bit, and we do have ankle pivot, as they are once again ball jointed. Gotta love some ball joints. The sculpted pants definitely get in the way a little bit, so you kind of have to work the feet to get him into some decent posing there, but it's really not too bad. So pretty on par, standard fare articulation wise for an SH Figuarts. We got the double joints, we got the butterflies, we have the ball joints. So now let's move on and we'll do some comparisons here. Alright, and we'll start things out here with the Black Series Jar Jar Binks and Anakin Skywalker. And really, the SH Figuarts version is not too much smaller. And like I was predicting in the articulation segment, if you don't mind slightly gappy hips, you can utilize the drop down hips and actually make him taller. And then, it looks like he might be a little bit taller this way then. Or no, maybe the Black Series still has a little bit of height on him, but it's pretty close. So that's nice. That's nice to see, as typically SH Figuarts does run fairly small compared to Black Series. And here we have even more Black Series figures. Unfortunately, I don't have too many SH Figuarts Phantom Menace released figures, so you won't be seeing any comparisons to the new Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan or Maul. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but we are primarily a Black Series channel here, so you gotta cut me a break. But anyways, here he is with these two, and once again, I think he looks great. And finally, to wrap up the Phantom Menace crew, we do have the Black Series Padme Amidala and the Disney Store Elite Series TC-14. And so there you have it. There was my review for the brand new SH Figuarts Jar Jar Binks. I think this figure is pretty damn awesome. There are definitely some minor nitpicks. I don't know what's going on with those joints. They are really ugly and stick out like a sore thumb. But I do think this figure truly excels with the accessories, the sculpt, the paint, the articulation. This, without a doubt, is truly the definitive 1/12 Jar Jar Binks, in my opinion. We get the goofy, silly, iconic accessories here, something I feel like the Black Series sorely lacked. The accessories we got with that version were good, but to me, I needed that silly Jar Jar Binks, and this figure definitely delivers on that. So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed my review. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars action figures here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nate from Out of the Basement, and I will see you next time.